Since I'm going to be out at the Folsom Forge most Thursdays until summer, I think I'm going to start posting a Forge update once a week. If it says Forge update at the beginning, I'll keep the content entirely focused on blacksmithing and forge operations. Since I focus on all technologies, I feel it's only fair to try to focus it down and give you guys a way to filter out the stuff that you're just not interested in. Blacksmithing is something that it's a niche market. I understand that. Not everybody wants to bang on hot steel with a hammer, and that's cool. I'm doing this not because I want to go back 150 years in time and see what things used to be like. I'm doing this because there's a lot to blacksmithing that is applicable today, like making springs and making steel, making alloys. And that's all part of blacksmithing, and that's part of what I want to learn how to do. Of course, in the beginning, I'm just going to be pounding hot steel on an anvil, but you know, you got to start someplace, right? I'm starting this series at the very beginning. I'll only release them on Wednesdays, and the first two words in the video title will be Forge Update. So if you want to see the very first Forge Update, stay tuned. If not, come back Sunday for my regular build video. Okay, if you saw my last vlog entry, you will know that I have taken a position as a docent at the Folsom Forge in Old Town Folsom, California. And one of the first orders of business for that position is I need a leather apron. So I got an old leather belt at the thrift store. That is going to be my neck strap. And I want the buckle facing up with the tail of the belt hanging down. So what I'm going to do is cut this off. I want the bib to come up to here, and I want these to hang a little low into it. So right there is where I can cut this off. Okay, so there's my neck strap. When I find a leather sofa on the road, I go skin it if it doesn't have any bad smells. So here I've got some brown, I've got some black. This black is actually really nice. Yeah, I'm kind of digging the black. Okay, 2 pieces should be plenty, and I've got 3, so I'll take the 2 nicest ones. So I'll start by cutting the little bib section out. This piece is actually from a sofa that I had reupholstered, and that sofa was owned by Congressman Leroy Green, who had it in his office. Now to get the other half, I'm going to just fold it. Alright, so that fits okay. Now let's see how it works with the belt attached. That's alright too. So that's off to a good start. And it's not long enough, but I do have a sewing machine that can sew material this heavy. So I'm going to just trim it and do a lap joint. Since I have a branding iron with my name on it, I think I'll brand this piece of leather and sew it on. Okay, so that turned out all right. So there I've got the top of my apron, and it's not long enough, so here's the bottom of the apron. And I'm going to put that underneath there. I've got a sewing machine strong enough to sew this, so I'm going to just sew these 2 pieces together. I'm here with my Necky Boo sewing machine. This thing is cast iron, it's made in Italy, it's as old as me, 57. This thing is so badass, it will sew a piece of belt leather to a piece of upholstery leather, no problem. show me a singer that'll do that. I don't know why the camera shut off, but it did. Anyway, I am sewing the ends of the belt onto the top of the bib. Yeah, I feel real good about that. Now, because this was not long enough, I gotta sew this extension onto the bottom of it. Okay, so that's pretty good. Now all I need is a belt to connect the two sides here. And I think I'm going to split this up the middle. The way I'm going to do this is I'm going to put this part on a little leather loop and sew it onto the apron in a convenient place, and then I'm going to make a belt out of what's left of this thin piece of leather. Alright, well, here it is. Here's my belt. Here's my little loop. So I just bring it around here. Okay, now this is a point of no return here, because once I nail the length of this thing down, that puts a limit on how big I can get, right? So I think I'm going to run the risk and assume that I'm not going to get any bigger than I am. Looks okay. One last thing to do. So that was how my blacksmith apron came together, and I'm pretty happy with it. I've already used it, and it's working out pretty good. The split between the legs, I also cut a deep V-notch in there so the two flaps don't rub against one another. That was a good move, I think. It's really comfortable, and it's probably going to last a long time. Plus, I like having my name right in the front of it. So, if you want to see my last video, click up here. And if you want to see something of mine that YouTube thinks you'll like, click over here. And have a good one.